After that, I don't know. I've made that joke a few times where like someone's like keeps talking. I'm like, that's all I know. I just said everything I know.
So DJ knows Spanish now, sorta.
Kind of. Bien.
Welcome back, Jermaine. Copeland.
Glad to be here, man. Glad to see you guys.
Episode 15.
Okay, growing.
So
Getting
you're in episode 14 and 15, right?
Yeah.
Back to back.
How's it feel?
It's great, man.
We threw on jackets. This is the Jacket Podcast.
Yes, sir.
For you guys who are listening who don't know and watching, it's like 20 degrees outside. So
yeah, and
that's
Cody lives in a shack.
I do. The den. Basically a bear. I'm hibernating in the den. Come on now. Get it right. Hibernating in the den, drinking Blue Moon iced coffee, so.
Which is good.
It is. Shameless plug, Blue Moon. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, sponsored by Blue No.
Yeah. Blue Moon, don't sue.
No.
I have something to say. All right, so. Well, actually, I'll say that. I'm sorry. Arnold Classic. We got to go ahead and tell everyone now. Arnold Classic coming up in
when this comes out
in 1 week. And sorry, when this comes out.
That's good timing.
That is not even a week away. So we have to go ahead and lay down the law because this is going to be a quickish podcast episode. That being said, Arnold Classic is a great deal to us. I know personally, let alone us, and then Tristan's coming. Yes. Maybe. Well, regardless, even us two, you're a big fitness guy, and then Diego and Antonio. First time doing a trip with them, and I know it's gonna be not just the first, but not even the last, but many, many more to come. That being said, this is a big moment because a lot of the greats are gonna be there. Arnold is gonna be there. Bradley Martin's gonna be there. Calvin Von Moger, Steve Cook, Max Tuning, Christian Guzman, so many more. Big Shaw, everybody's gonna be there. Everybody. So the potential to meet these guys, be around these guys, learn from these guys, film with these guys, just to get a picture of them, it's going to be so cool because I know a lot of them have more than just what you see on YouTube and Instagram, and I think that's the part that I don't think about. But besides all that, it's just going to be so cool to go to the Arnold Classic. And I know DJ, I'm speaking on his behalf as well, is a huge Arnold guy. Arnie Schwartz, like that man has got me more into fitness as well, but also just like so many different aspects pertaining to it. But it was so cool just to hear him talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger, and now that we're actually able to go, I'm just waiting to see this guy's face.
I'm like gonna light up.
Kid in a candy store. It is. But this is our first road trip that we've done since Florida. I mean, I don't really count Philly because it was only like 3 hours long. I don't really count going back to Emory because it's we used to that.
You don't count Germany? We drove in Germany.
We did.
2 days? 3 days?
A couple days, yeah, like 3 or 4 days.
That doesn't count as a road trip, though.
No, it doesn't. Because we
unless we wanted to later, then it does. But right now, it doesn't.
Exactly. Our first big domestic road trip. It's like 7-8 hours, whatever. I don't know, somewhere around there. And regardless, it's our first domestic road trip in a couple years, and like that was our thing. Like that's what we were known for. But to the Arnold Classic as the end destination with new folks like you, Diego, Antonio, I'm so stoked. It's gonna be a great time.
And we've talked about going to the Arnold Classic since junior year.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yep.
Easily. Junior year, I can almost imagine in my head, like right now, I can see it clearly. Like us sitting around after going to the gym and just be like, man, we should go to the Arnold Classic this year. And then it doesn't work out. And then the next year, it's like, hey, man, we really need to go to the Arnold Classic this year. Doesn't work out. And then the next year, it's, hey, no. Like, we all need to get together. We're all out of college now. Let's go to the Arnold Classic this year. Doesn't work out. And then this year, so far we're going. But I'm still waiting for it to not work out. But we'll see. We have a week.
It's working out. I'm literally getting my oil change in my car. Literally just to preface. Like, I mean, there's no excuses. I'm making it happen. Like, we're going. Because, I mean, you can attest for it. Both of us can attest for it. But just getting sucked up in that adult life, I hate it. Just like the 9 to 5, 8 to 4, 3 to 7, whatever or 7 to 3, whatever you work. I hate it. Let alone overtime and weekends and these trips is what makes it. I mean, we're going to be going after work, so we're probably not going to get into Columbus until like midnight. The poor lady.
That's part of the fun. As we know, that's part of the fun.
100%.
It's doing that late night road trip.
On the way up, late night road trip, blasting some AJR and whatever else, shameless plug, and just getting there and waking up early next morning like kids in a candy store, and just not even just the whole YouTube aspect, not even just being there, but just being with like friends, old bonds and new bonds and vice versa. and let alone who knows what the day has in store. And then Sunday, maybe wake up, get some brunch, head on home. Like it's just I can't wait. And I wanted to ask you, but I actually purposely saved it because you started to. I'm kind of glad it didn't get more into detail. But you said Texas, Florida, and a long time ago in Jamaica. But do you do a lot of road trips or a lot of traveling on those places and like sports related, or is this gonna be like really like a big trip for you in a way?
Honestly, this is going to be a big trip. On top of the few that you mentioned, for me personally, I wanted to do a lot more traveling, but like you said, life happens, and planned a few trips, but I wasn't able to make that commitment to follow through with it. So I'm definitely looking forward to it, along with the guys you mentioned. Corey Gregory, I'm not sure if you heard of him. He has a few years in the game, but
what game is that?
The fitness
Just the
game.
fitness game in
The
general?
fitness game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing things. Westside Barbell, those guys. Hopefully they'll be in the building.
See, man, that's one of the cool things is that like we've got our guys that we both know about that we're like excited to see or have a chance just to meet or see from a distance in general. But like you have your guys that you're excited to see. I'm sure Diego has his guys that he's excited to see that we don't even know about. The fitness industry in general is massive.
Yeah,
Absolutely massive. It's saturated as hell.
Yeah,
like to get into the fitness industry now, as our good friend Jeff can attest to, is difficult.
It is, and I think it's all just about, at the end of the day, being yourself. And we talked about this with Chris and Christina Schweitzer just on our Fitness and Butts episode.
Do they have a booth at the Arnold Classic?
I hope they're not listening to this. Not yet.
Okay.
Dude, what if? Never mind. College clean eating. Booty girl. What if she's there? I'm sorry. That'd be cool. She went to school to get out of our way. We basically know her. We basically know her. There's no accents
Booty
there.
girl.
I don't know her name, bless her heart. I mean, she's a really pretty girl. I just don't know her. She's really in shape. I mean, so anyways, I hope she's there. That'd be awesome. But no, they're not in the booth. But actually, I did tell him we're gonna go, and he seemed like he's a little bummed. So I kind of wish I asked him. But I know they got big moves. Not gonna spoil anything. But anyways, dude, that's awesome. I don't even know them or who they are, but it seems like you were just like excited to say their name, let alone potentially meet them. And I'm about that. Like I told you, like we got the new camera going. And we're gonna get some GoPros. Like, I want almost like every I want us to come away with a couple hours of footage in a way, but not to where it's like known, not where it's like trying to be like be in people's faces. But we're gonna be getting each other's reactions to see some of our like YouTube fitness heroes or just fitness heroes. Like not even just meeting them, but just like seeing them. Like to me, almost like makes my heart skip a beat because we've dreamed about it for years and it's finally coming true. Like it's a genuine smile because it's finally coming true. And I think not only is it gonna be a cool video, but a cool time. It's awesome that we can do that. Let alone this trip not only just like doesn't cost anything. And like I said, I'm just excited to travel like with you, Diego, and Antonio, because he and I have been all over the freaking country, let alone world together, and it's been awesome. But new guys, and that's what it's about, is building that bond for something we share.
I think something that you and me, Cody and me, do very well is we don't sit on an idea for very long. Like if we want to do something, we do it within a small time frame.
Yes, sir.
Like
I'm sorry, I'm just so excited.
Like the planning period between hey, let's go to Europe and going to Europe was less than a year. Right?
6 months.
Yeah,
7.
like we don't sit on ideas very long. So like this Arnold trip is the longest idea we've ever sat on.
Ooh.
Like, it is. Like, think about it.
That's so true. 4 years. No, 3.
Like, what else have we
4 or
talked
3.
about doing that we haven't done yet? That's that old. Like, we've talked about, like, we want to do a trip to Asia at some point, but that's within, like, the last 5 months.
Yeah,
that's a very new
he's
idea.
Got a point. Yeah, because this is going on, I think, 3 years, if not longer.
Like, maybe the only other thing that's lasted as long as this has is going to a bodybuilding competition in Tahoe. Maybe that started around the same time frame as this did, but I don't think so. Like this has been something from the very beginning.
Yes.
That we've talked about going to, and we're finally going to it, which is just exciting in itself of just being there, just surrounded by the industry.
Yes, and I think I'm not gonna say a lie to you, and I'm not trying to tell people every time. It's not like a sucking up thing. It's not just like, oh, that's so cute. No, it's genuine, and one of my favorite things is, and DJ can attest to this wholeheartedly, is like I take pride in my travel planning, and like that's why I'm about to start this business here soon. I thought of a name. Where to next is the name that I'm looking at.
Not Cruise Fit.
Oh my God.
Are you sure?
We're gonna bypass that.
Okay.
And my favorite thing is not planning the most like quality trip, but it is seeing people's reactions on that trip, making their dreams come true, meeting their idols, going to places they've never seen before, places they never thought they would see, like taking us to Banff National Park. The first time we went to Grand Canyon in one of our videos, and Tristan's like, I can't believe I'm here. Like that stuff I love, and especially for people like I just met not so long ago. God, I can't wait. That's what I can't wait. Cannot wait till we like pull on like, all right, we're here in Columbus, and it's gonna hit until the next morning. We're gonna be waking up like kids on Christmas when we're like,
wow, we're really
yeah.
Yeah.
we're just like asleep and like a breakfast munch away, and then we're gone.
Yeah, especially because when we get there, it's gonna be really late.
Probably exhausted. We all worked, probably that day of and or day before, or whatever, and so it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. How long of a road trip is it?
I want to say it's 7 hours. Might be like 7.5, just because I know like our Airbnb is like west of the city. But regardless, I'm just can't wait for every second because my car hasn't been to Ohio yet. It's one of the few states it hasn't been to yet.
Mm.
So my car has been to like 20 plus states, which is more than even some people.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
More than me. Shit.
Whoa! Oh, womp womp. That's all right. But no, dude, seriously, I'm excited for this trip. And we were talking about Cali earlier. If we were still trying to do that trip, I've dropped to some of the guys, and I know I'm gonna go regardless. We're gonna go by my freaking self because I've got some friends out there. I'll just stay in a hotel, but I would just want to go out and hit like Zoo Culture, Venice, Muscle Beach, Santa Monica, and actually go to the beach and enjoy it. Like maybe do a morning run and do an afternoon lift and get in and out in between. Something crazy.
Isn't it crazy that like I know from everything you just listed is all like YouTube based? Like, isn't it crazy that like so much of the things that we look up to now is like YouTube based and like YouTube celebrities, whereas like 10 years ago none of that existed. Yeah. Isn't that crazy that like all this has been built on the past like 10 years of YouTube?
Yes.
That's insane, right?
Wild. How does it feel that you because I know you want to go to Cali with us, or even just me, or both of us, or more of us. Like, you never been to Cali, right?
I've never been, man. But the thing is, what's the duration of time that we're going or planning on?
Sometime in the summer, because somewhere between. I'm not thinking June's gonna work, so I'm thinking anywhere between July and August, anywhere in there. Because I mean, not that June's not gonna work. It's just kids are getting out of school. And for us, we have like officers coming out of field training, so I don't know how that's gonna like transition well. And I don't want to like sorry guy. I don't want that to mess any plans. So I'm thinking July, August, because it's also mid-July to late August is like some of the cheapest time to summer travel. So
that's true.
Whether it's gas related, flights, the whole 9 yards. So anywhere between then, because I want everyone to be able to go. Like
is this potentially within the next year? Like this coming up summer?
This summer, yeah.
Okay. Because
that's why I want to like work with every party, because I know you and Bree are doing Europe for like a week or so, and I just want to make sure everyone can go. And what I keep telling people is I personally want to go like fly over a Tuesday night to where I don't have to take off work. So I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come back Sunday. So it's technically 4.5 days full, not including the flight back, if you will. Might have to finagle something. So, but I want like 5 full days to where I get like maybe 3 in LA and then rent a car and go up to like Sequoia again, take you guys up there, or Yosemite, and camp for the night, and then come back maybe that night, and the next day fly out in the morning, something like that. To where you get like I said, you almost like what we like to say is you live in that area, you live quote unquote for a couple of days and like get the vibe, waking up in the routine of that city or that countryside or whatever. Excuse me, and then take you guys to like a national park or drive Highway 1 or something. Just that way we get the more of the adventurous side. So I wanted, but even if there's someone that can only make like Thursday to Sunday rather than Tuesday night to Sunday, well, I mean, please come too. So I want to make it work. So we'll pick a date. But why'd you have one in mind?
Actually, no, I didn't. Just sometime this summer, so you can actually experience. Well, it might be a great experience either way, whether it's winter.
I mean, winter over there is summer over here.
Yeah. Touche. But yeah, gotta see this man try In-N-Out. Even though I'm not gonna lie, I've pushed more to the train. Sorry, Tristan. Actually, not sorry. Chick-fil-A is better.
Tristan talked about it today. We talked about it today. So. I told you about Tristan. He's like a skier. This is completely off topic. He's a skier.
Nerd.
I'm a snowboarder. All right. Now, he's like diehard skier. He's like, if you're like skiing is like such an 80s thing, like it's skiing school, snowboarding is lame, right? And when I told him I'm sorry, I'm not switching over to skiing. He was like, that's the equivalent to you not liking In-N-Out to me. Like that's how much they freaking love In-N-Out. Like that like hurts him to the core.
That's like their crack.
Yeah.
Now
It's overrated.
it is. I enjoy
Shameless
it.
plug to our debate
True.
between Chick-fil-A and
Episode 5. Episode 5. Shameless
Yeah.
plug. Episode 5. Scene Logic podcast with Tristan. At Chick-fil-A versus In-N-Out. We're gonna have to get you on a fast food.
Chick-fil-A
fight.
won with flying colors.
It did. Sorry, Tristan, but
It was an unfair debate, though.
I won't agree until I try it. So
Yeah.
that is totally fine.
Go into it with a subdued attitude. Like, I went into it, like, because it's so talked up. You know, you expect it to be literally the best thing ever. It's a good burger. Now, I will
Five
say...
Guys is so much better.
Yeah. Like,
Oh.
well, okay, so, like, I'm picky. So I don't get...
Okay.
Like, if you don't get animal style, you're not getting In-N-Out. That's pretty much, like, the attitude of it, right? Like, animal style has everything on it. So, like, if you're not getting that burger specifically, you might as well not get it at all. Like, that's the idea between, like, the West Coasters. Coasters.
Have you ever heard of Animal Style?
I haven't. That's a new
Animal
term
Style
for it.
fries and burgers kind of thing. It's just like the secret recipe that I still don't know everything, but Tristan can tell you everything to the freaking like caloric intake with it.
Again, check out the video.
Shameless plug all around.
Episode 5.
I love it. But yes, please have the mindset because I think I was caught up in the nostalgia, and we went to a San Bernardino location, and
Bernardino.
no, I try to say it to respect Tristan. It's being Bernardino, but we kept saying Bernardino, like the soccer player Ronaldinho and stuff like that. But that, anyways, I think I was caught up in the nostalgia of being in California for my first time. We just went through like whatever desert that was. We just left Vegas. Like the whole, aroma of this trip was just like my adrenaline for travel was just going. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm trying In-N-Out for the first time. I freaked out. I thought it was amazing. It was good. And what I would argue is, the second time we had it, the food came out like that, and it was like rushed. And then the third time I had it, when I went out the next year, it was like soggy. But it's because that one was on Hollywood Boulevard, and it was so packed. We had to wait 40 minutes for it, and it just wasn't worth it.
I would argue Chick-fil-A is better when it's packed. They're on their game.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like how the standards are so twisted. But no, regardless, I'm gonna get too much into it because that can be a whole nother episode. But no, I definitely go with it into a low, like
not low expectation, but like
open-minded.
yeah.
Okay.
Like, are you a picky eater?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
So go for the animal style, and it might be the best thing you've ever had, especially with like the special sauce and all that. Like, it might be really good. But like, I went into it expecting it to be mind-blowingly good, and like when I bit down, and the first bite I was like, meh, it's a burger.
Speaking of food, I follow basically a tag on Instagram, and there's a lot of posts from Cali. Hopefully they're in the same area, so I'm gonna send those to you. You might be able to try some restaurants.
Oh, like mom and pop like places.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Dude, send them to me. And I think that's one thing that we used to be really bad at, but we've gotten better at trying culturalistic stuff, especially in Germany, to where we couldn't read the
It's
freaking
hard.
menu. It is.
It's really scary. Like when you're in a new place to go to a restaurant that's not a name brand place, because
Your standards are
well, so many of them look fancy. Like that was the thing when we were in Europe. That was really hard for us to find like a restaurant that was like a genuine, Italian restaurant. Is that they all look fancy to us. And it's like you don't want to go in and be tricked into going to a place that's, $50 for a burger or whatever, not burger, but whatever it is. But they all look like they could be that quality from the outside. Because like here in America, we're so used to name brand chain restaurants and all that. Like you kind of know where you're going, you know what the prices are. And in Europe, it was really hard
Yes.
to tell
I
the
agree.
difference between like a high name brand place and just like a normal restaurant.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, send me those. Like what kind of stuff? Like just all sorts, like seafood and
seafood. Basically like a loaded potato with food or items that you wouldn't even imagine or thought of, or pizza in Cali that you wouldn't have thought it would have basically been similar to something in New York. So
Yeah,
stuff
dude.
like that.
Send them to me. And also, like, whenever we get like a date and like the ball rolling and stuff like this, I think the big thing that I preach is like, or like, I'm really looking forward to like with this trip is there anything you guys want to do, like the newcomers that aren't used to traveling, if something like you want to do or see or something, or where depending where we go, like let us know, because like for me, I've been to Cali twice, DJ's been once.
Show off.
Oh my gosh.
You had to point that out.
He had to.
No, I'm just saying, you know, I mean, we regardless, we've been there. Like Diego's been there, so he, like, for instance, if that's the group that goes, he's the one that hasn't been there. So like, I want to make this first experience amazing for him, you know. So he wants to go back. So yeah, dude, when it comes right to it. So, all right, Arnold Classic. What are you most excited for? I know we kind of talked about it and jumped right on it from the start, but what are you most excited for?
Really, just to start, seeing these guys in the flesh, man. That's point number one. Hopefully,
Seeing that size and mass.
yeah. That,
I'm
Spacing
tiny.
right there with them.
You think, man, until you see them, then you're like,
exactly, man. That's
what am I doing with myself?
I'm gonna have to get a pump that morning before.
It won't help. That's the thing. It won't help.
Help me mentally. Help my mental health. Gosh, I'm not gonna lie. I was actually kind of thinking about that.
You look at freaking 72-year-old Arnold Schwarzenegger and be like, that guy's bigger than me. Who would have thought?
I'll put him to the challenge. Yeah, no, seriously though, he's that's sad. But yeah, dude, what about the travel aspect? What do you never been to Ohio?
never. Just the scenery, you know, seeing what these states really have to offer, you know, like Idaho or really all these northwestern states, how they have, you know, open fields of crops, basically. And me coming from the country, seeing only a few acres of that or a couple hundred, but in these states it's like hundreds and hundreds of miles.
Trust me, Kansas is a crap hole. So if you ever go with us or in your own time, yeah,
it's the Saskatchewan of the USA.
Yep, just like Kansas or Saskatchewan's the Kansas of Canada. It's neat to experience once, and then after the first hour, like, this sucks, but it takes 12 and a half hours to drive at a reasonable speed limit across the state of Kansas. 12 and a half hours.
Of nothing.
Dude, it is. Unless you take, what I think it's 70, or Interstate 70 that goes through. But our mistake is we took Highway 50. The loneliest highway in America for a reason. Now, it's awesome in the desert because it's like open desert. It reminds you of the movie Cars. It's, you know, fun mountains that you've never seen and just long desert. But then Kansas is just grass and Tornado Alley, and yeah, it makes you go insane. But that's true. I mean, I don't think we've taken this route to Ohio before. I know I've never been to Columbus. I know we briefly passed through Cincinnati. That's about it. So, as a group, it's the first time we've gone to Ohio. I know it's the first time for Diego and Antonio. I'm not mistaken. Sounds like for you too. Mm-hmm. Other than, well, PA, that's north from Virginia, of course. But have you gone anywhere close? Have you been to West Virginia or Missouri or Chicago or anything like that before? Or?
West Virginia, but that doesn't count. It was basically like a cut through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, so this is kind of a decently sized trip for you.
Did we go through Ohio when we went to Banff?
No.
So this is our first time going to Ohio.
That's what I said. You can add to your map.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You can add. Explain that to him.
What?
The map. So I was showing him my pin board map where.
So he's got a. Can't see it on screen. It's there. He's got a pin of like the world where he's got pins of everywhere he's been and stuff like that. I've got a map that my brother gave me senior year.
Yeah,
I believe it's senior year.
Mm-hmm.
Map of the U.S. It's kind of like an old, classic-looking map, you know. Mm-hmm. But what he did, which was really, really amazing, is that he went through and highlighted our route for our cross-country trip. Like highlighted like the state and like big-time places that we stopped that were on the map, like Albuquerque and like Flagstaff.
That's weird. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
You know what I mean? Like he highlighted those places. So like if you wanted to, like, you could like track our trip through like his highlighted. You know, he went through our videos and like It was, oh, they said Albuquerque, like, and he would highlight it and all that kind of stuff.
It meant a lot.
Yeah, it was really amazing. And they gave me like a nice like little frame and all that kind of stuff. And what I've been doing is I've been going in whenever we do a new trip, and I'll highlight places that we've been to. So like I'm trying to highlight all the states, you know.
Did you ever update the Florida trip?
I think I did.
And
I'm pretty sure I
oh yeah,
did.
that's right, because he did New York.
But I think it'd be really cool. I don't think I've ever
for
told
us.
you this, but I think it'd be really cool to like, because it's got the states and it's got major cities, you know. But I think it'd be really cool to highlight everything on that map, including like the towns and all that, like the cities that it has, because it doesn't have like individual towns, right?
Some small towns.
But it has like towns of interest and whatnot. I think it'd be really cool to highlight all of those. But Columbus will be a new one.
Ohio's just a new state.
Yeah.
So I think our route, we take 64 all the way through West Virginia, and then like halfway through we go north to straight up to Ohio. So unfortunately only 2 states, but I'm still hyped. But unfortunately, I know I can pull it off. I know you could probably pull it off with how much time you've accrued in the academy, because I don't know how much time you've taken off since you graduated. Have you taken any time off?
Besides that trip, that was like 5 days, 2 time off. I mean, scheduled days off. So.
Oh, so it took 3 days? Oh my gosh, you haven't done. Well, Diego and Fabio. Well, Diego wants us to go up with him to see Fabio in Connecticut, but they want to go do like a long weekend trip and like camp in Acadia National Park in Maine, so that way we could hit all the northwest or northeastern states.
That'd be awesome.
Now that one we could literally just once again drive through the night to his place, get there. I would love to go to Boston just for like at least half a day.
I would love to spend a day in Boston.
Spend a day in Boston and then go up to Acadia.
I feel like Boston is one of those places in the country. Like we've had this talk a few times where we talk about how like specific places really have a culture. Like you're in there and like just from movies and TV and stories, you're like
Rogan's from there.
I think I'm in Boston right now. You know what I mean? Like if you saw no signs and you were just placed there and you open your eyes, you're like, I'm in Boston right now. Like you would just know, even if you were in like a non iconic place, you were just like in a street. You'd be like, this is brick buildings.
I'm walking in.
Kind of cold. You have one person yell at you. Yeah, you're like, I'm in Boston.
Boston Red Sox.
6?
5 or 6.
There's only 2 for this podcast.
But Boston's one of those places that we haven't been that has, I feel like, that culture.
Gosh, we have to do it. Have you been there or no?
I have that. I've never been to Boston before.
No, but seriously, I mapped it out the other day when I was actually I'm gonna do it tomorrow as well. But like logistically, not rushing the trip. But that's one of those trips where we could take off a Thursday through Monday. Actually, you could do it all Thursday through Sunday and leave Wednesday night. Drive up to his place because it's the same drive to New York. You did that and got up there at night, but it's only like an hour past.
Yeah, that'd be like a 6.5 hour drive if we don't have traffic.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if we did it on like on a Wednesday night to where we still worked Wednesday but left right after work, we would stay at his place. Thursday, spend at Boston. Friday and Saturday, or then drive up to Acadia National Park early Friday. So that way we swoop around and hit all the other states and like camp there for like 2 nights and then drive all the way back. Now, it's a lot to do on you specifically and probably be zonked on the way back, but that depends on how much time you want to take off.
How many states is that?
We haven't hit Connecticut.
No, just in general. Like not just states that we haven't hit yet, but all of them.
All of them? Oh my gosh. Well, Maryland, not including Virginia. Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania.
I'm just testing his geographical mind right now.
Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, and Maine. That's oh my gosh, we did 10 in one state.
So we could hit 10 in one state. We could hit 10 states in like theoretically like an extended weekend.
Yes.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Now I'm just saying the only state we would miss that I would might as well have to hit the Northwestern is frickin' New Hampshire. Like we went across the border and like bought a frickin' postcard. Like I'd have to.
Who cares about New Hampshire?
Dude, I can't go up there and not hit it. I want to hit all 50 before the age of 25, which I'm not going to, but womp womp. Close. But we would have to do that. Just go like, no, let me go buy like a freaking like McDonald's French fry from there just to say I did. But that'd be sweet. I think we should try and do that. I mean, that'd be a super cheap trip. Once again, chipping for gas, get your own food. I'm gonna get a tent soon. I'm gonna get like a 6 or 8 person tent.
Dude, I love the idea of like growing a travel party.
This is awesome, right?
Like, I love that idea of like
we're gonna have to get a minivan.
Yeah, like how cool is that? As
Van
like
from the t-shirt.
we can have like like how cool is it to like have it like just like an idea of like having like 10, 15 people that are just in a travel like party-esque kind of thing where it's just like, hey, we're doing this trip this weekend, and you just send out the message
And like
see
who's
who's all available, and it's like, all right, we've got this many people available, let's work it out so that everybody can go, whether it's 1 car, 2 cars, whatever, and then you just go on a trip, and we just do it like 3 or 4 times a year.
And that's kind of what.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's such a cool idea.
Would you be down to join that? I mean, you basically already have, but whether you like it or not. No, I know.
Damn, man. Yeah, that's
Because like I mean, we specialize in cheap trips.
yes, but memorable. Like that's what we're known for. Just as cheap as we can make it, because our big thing is just including everyone, and like I said, just making memories for a lifetime for people, whether it's our best friends or we barely know you. Because like with Tristan, I didn't even know him, but I planned this trip for us, and I'm like, by the end of it, I feel like I was his brother. We talked about that.
That's
on the
the
way
cool thing
back.
about these road trips is that you're forced in a very small confined space with people for a long period of time, and you get to know them pretty quickly.
Yep.
Which is really, really cool.
that's when it was either one of you asked what I was looking forward to on the trip, and that was another thing that I was going to mention. Being, that camaraderie during that 12 plus hours in the car, you're going to be forced to talk, get to know each other, pass the time, sing a fucking song or something.
Sing a song or something.
No, it's
Every
true.
once in a while, we'll sing a song or something. We'll take turns. All right, Solo, go ahead. We'll turn the radio down for you.
But it's true though. I mean I get to bring my part in the OSA. But but it is true. Oh, it's right. It lasted again.
It's
well done. Good job, camera. 30 minutes again.
That's one of the things that's great about a road trip that I don't feel like enough. Like I feel like so many people see road trips as a bad thing. Like not necessarily like road trips in general, but it's let's go to this place, but it takes 7 hours to drive there. It's such a long time. But like when me and Cody think of that, we're like, it takes 7 hours to drive there. That's amazing. That's a road trip. Like let's do it. Like, we get excited about the idea of driving. Like maybe it's because we've done
some very
a number of road trips, like even as basic as just like our night adventure down to Florida, where we drove through the night to Florida, right?
Yeah.
There's something so like releasing, like what's the word?
It's like a freedom.
Yeah, there's something so like free about just getting into a car and just knowing that for the next 5+ hours you're going in that direction, like you're just driving.
Yeah.
And it's like there's not a destination that you're getting to within the next like 30 minutes. Like it's just so nice just to get on the road and just go. It's very fun, and especially when you're surrounded by people that like fun people. You have a good time, strangers, new people, old friends. It's amazing. It's so much fun.
And as you mentioned that, not to take it like on this serious note, but it's the same thing with life right now, right? Trying to get to the end goal of starting a business or whatever. With us, you want to basically, well, with anyone, you want to enjoy that process with your friends, your new partners. So it's really, as you mentioned, enjoying that process.
Mm-hmm.
And,
it's enjoying the what's it?
Not really the destination.
Not the destination, but the journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Grit, whatever.
Finding joy in the journey to the destination.
I don't want to rip off the quote, and I don't want to misquote it, but I'm going to go ahead and try anyways because it's one of my favorites. I don't know who does it. You can look it up. I'll look it up later. But what it is, it was like travel. The best part of the best part of like that destination is the actual journey getting there. It's something like that, and that is so true. And I think every time I hear someone say 8 hours away, oh, terrible car ride. No, shut up, nerd. Take the car ride and enjoy it.
Yeah,
because you're
find ways to enjoy it.
Exactly. I mean, not everyone likes long car rides, but find some enjoy. Whether you like certain food, like you said, Callie, or Maybe there's something that you know, in interest of a hobby. See if they have like a store that, you know, has like a different, you know, place to fuel the fire of your hobby at this place. Or maybe there's just historical attractions because you're a historian. Whatever the case may be, there's something for you to enjoy. And it goes back to what we were talking about before. I think it was maybe the last episode or so, but the whole convenient/efficiency thing. It's all about, you know, just saving time. But in reality, we're supposed to enjoy every second of time we have.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I mean, one of the tricks that we deploy to get us, like, through long road trips, like, I think 7 hours is probably about, like, go for it. I think, like, 7 hours is, like, the max for us, like, to go on a straight path.
Yes.
Right? Where it's, like, point A, point B, nothing in between. Right? Like, maybe stop for a restroom break or a gas stop or a food stop, but point A to point B, 7 hours we're there, right? Anything more than that, and the trick is to plan stops for cool things. Like, look along that path. If you're driving 7 hours, any direction, you're going to go across something cool.
Yep.
Like, find out what that is and just stop there. Even if it's like we stopped at that stupid gas station on Route 66.
Wait, which one?
The Dynamo one from Cars.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, like we stopped there for what, 15 minutes?
Yep.
That is a highlight of that trip, though. Like that's something that I will never forget. It's just a silly stop to break up the continuous driving.
Which this is an amazing segue.
And that's how you make memories.
Yes.
In a car trip, and in a road trip.
That's an amazing segue into, I think, what can be our final point, as we're at 36 minutes and a half, but it's okay.
My God, we're so bad at keeping track of time, man.
It is.
These things fly by.
But it's,
make a podcast, do your own.
It's so much fun. But amazing segue into it. The story I've been dying to tell you is it's moments like these at work or just life where it makes my heart happy. It makes other people that I'm interacting with and sharing a moment with. But essentially, I was at the, you know, Virginia State Capitol today working that detail, and, you know, you see 1,000 plus some folks to and fro, visitors, legislators, senators, governor, this, that. And this older couple comes in, and I didn't really get a chance to interact with them like I like to with everyone else, and this and that. Well, they came out later. And they were talking with one of my coworkers, and I kind of overheard something about Wisconsin, but I didn't really know what it was. So I was like,
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Oh, my gosh.
Yes, I bait him into that one.
Dang it. Okay.
7 in one night, guys.
Good for you. They don't know it's one night.
You do now. 7 in one night. If you've made it this far into the podcast, comment down below. 7 in one night.
Oh, my God. But Copeland's back just in time. Or excuse me, Jermaine back just in time. He's back just in time. But this couple comes out, and I was like, you know, hey, folks, you know, where are you guys visiting from? What brings you to the Virginia State Capitol? I was like, Wisconsin. So it's like this like sweet little old couple. He's got like his little straw hat and everything, and it was kind of weird because I'm wearing like next to no
He's got a straw hat?
Yeah, dude. It's like freaking like 20 degrees out, and he's just
That's
wearing a
so
straw hat and a thin jacket.
stereotypically Wisconsin.
Yeah, I know. But I was like, well, I gotta ask. I'm guessing it's a lot colder than it is here. It's like, well, it's you know, pretty neck and neck. I was like, well, that's funny because, you know, back in, you know, 2018, I took a road trip to Canada with some buddies. We stopped through Wisconsin a little bit, and where about? And I was like, well, we stayed in Madison, went to Mall American, Minnesota, so that's all I can remember. And they was like, well, Mall American's in Minnesota. I was like, yeah, I know, that's just it. Wisconsin was like a blur. And it's like, there's nothing you saw? Well, I explained, well, we stopped at this really cool place that had a very, very, very large mouse outside the gas station. And she was like, oh, that's the House of Mouse. I'm like, not Chuck E. Cheese. And I was like,
Mouse?
And she's like, that's the House of Mouse. It's a gas station. It's like 10 miles from there. I was like, wait. So I just took out my phone, and I scrolled through all those pictures, and I found it. And she almost shed a tear. Because she's like, you guys could have stopped at anything else on that trip, on that amazing trip from Virginia to Western Canada. But you stopped at a silly gas station with a giant wooden mouse outside of it with a truck plaza. And I was like, yes, we did. Me, my brother, my 3 very best of friends, just road tripping for super cheap, just finding whatever we could to stop it. And she like almost like shed a tear, and I wish she did because I might have as well. But it was so awesome. Cool just to be able to get out my phone, show this picture, and like share this moment with this lady. Because the last thing I would have thought. Like, I meet so many different people from all over. Like, I told you the story about the guy I met from London, and we talk about football and all this and that. And you talk about, it's just day in and day out. You meet so many cool people, but never would I thought it made her day. She felt like she was back at home, just like seeing that gas station. She sees it with a silly, stupid mouse. But to us, it was so cool. Yeah. But
I mean, in closing with that beautiful story, like traveling unites people. You know what I mean? Like, just like that simple story of just going there. You guys have nothing in common, but the fact that you went to that place and were able to say, I've been there, immediately made that connection.
Yes.
Like, even if it's in your own country. It doesn't have to go to a different country like that. Even in your own country, a different state, even in your own state sometimes. Like, just the fact that you say, like, how many times does it happen where it's like, you went to high school there? I went to high school right down the street. Yeah. And it's like immediate connection. Like, immediately. And it's just like...
I mean, like Copenhagen, we're neighboring county, peeps, but we never even knew of each other and this and that. And I think that's crazy. It's a small world. Like, this lady literally lives 10 miles from this random wooden mouse that we stopped to take a picture of in, like, 2 years ago. It's wild.
The moral of that story is the more you travel, the more of those connections you build without even knowing it. Exactly. Like, you're just creating all these little connections. They're just waiting for somebody to come on the other end of it and go, yeah, I'm the connection to that place.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
It's really cool. It's the beauty of traveling.
I was going to say the moral of the story is you.
Moral of the story is go to the House of Mouse.
The moral of the story is the more you travel, you'll find the House of Mouse.
And that's where we'll end it.
Exactly. Copeland. All right. Jermaine. I always do that because we go by last name.
Does that count as an accent?
A little, yeah.
7.5.
Well, it's because his name is spelled Jermaine, but in this CAD system for work, it's Jamaine. So I say Jermaine instead of Jermaine. So I don't know. But seriously, in all seriousness, Arnold's coming up. Travel's awesome. We're excited to add you to both. And this is just a big chapter for you to the group. We're super excited to have you. And it's a pleasure having you back on the show.
Bye.